Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Yes, we are back in the bathroom. My friend Michelle, who we just visited in New York, is visiting us now and she's here for a week, so gotta change it up a little bit for the time being. Today I'm gonna talk about my favorite products from June. We have lots of Beachy candles, we have Peachy makeup, some new skincare products, and of course, a lot of lip swatches. But before we get into that, I'd like to thank today's sponsor. I know a lot of you are like me in wanting to spend your money on companies that have some kind of positive mission statement or are doing something to impact the world in a positive way. So Nordgreen makes these really beautiful, very minimal Scandinavian design watches, but their mission is really to inspire awareness and action facing the challenges around the planet and humanity. I'm gonna read so I don't get it wrong. Their packaging is made from recycled paper and plastic bottles and is designed to use as little material as possible. Their shipping boxes are made of FSC certified cardboard paper, which ensures that the material is originating from responsibly managed forests. What really struck me about the company is for every single watch sold, they donate to one of 3 charities that you can choose from after you place your order. So with your purchase of each Nordgreen watch, you can either provide clean water to one person in the Central African Republic, you can give 1 month of education to a child in India, or you can preserve 200 square feet of rainforest in Latin America. I've always loved self-expression through jewelry, but I don't think I've ever owned a watch before, and now I'm totally obsessed. If you like my watch in particular, this is the Philosopher watch in rose gold with the mesh band, but they also have a link one if you prefer that kind of band. They have leather straps, tons of stuff you can choose from in all different colors. Nordgreen's currently having a sale that's gonna run through the end of July, and if you want 15% off, you can use my code STATEOFKATE. So the first product I applied today is this Make Ferment Rice Essence Skin Prep Hydrating Liquid. After I get out of the shower and I dry my face, I like to rehydrate my skin with a little bit of a toner or some kind of facial mist because your products on top then will penetrate better. I like this one a lot because it's not a liquid moisturizer like the Laneige Cream Skin Toner is. It's really so much more of like a soothing, hydrating essence that makes your skin really bouncy. The website says, developed with magma seawater, niacinamide, panthenol, and jojoba milk, it delivers nutrients to the site of action, resulting in a more moisturized and radiant complexion. Yeah, so it's a very soothing, hydrating, simple product. Every skincare item here is also fragrance and essential oil free. As we move into the summer months when my skin is a little bit less dry, I can reach for something like this over the Laneige Cream Skin Toner. And it's just been a really nice one to have in my routine. Also, I did see that Make is having a 20% off sale, so take a look at that if you're interested. Next, we have the new Youth to the People Polypeptide 121 Future Cream. I believe this launches on July 6th, so you can get it very soon. So Youth to the People says this intensely moisturizing cream with peptides, plant proteins, and ceramides replenishes critical moisture to help visibly firm, reduce the look of fine lines and wrinkles, and strengthen the skin's moisture barrier. Fragrance-free and created for all skin types, it has a cushiony, lightweight texture that quickly absorbs, leaving your skin looking healthy and rejuvenated with an ultra dewy finish. My skin just really loves ceramides and peptides, so it's no surprise that this works really well for me. And texture-wise, it's such a dream. I'm wearing it all over my face today, and I don't feel like it looks too dewy on camera, although my skin definitely is a little dewy. Thin enough to wear under makeup, but it is really cushiony and it's really moisturizing, and yet it's thick enough and it's occlusive enough to wear at night. Cannot rave about it enough. I'm so blown away. This is officially my favorite product from Youth to the People. Next is one that surprised me. This is the Alpyn Beauty Plant Genius Line Filling Balm. So it really does feel like a balm. Hopefully you can see in this texture here, normally when you would touch a cream, you would get like a lot of product on your finger, but it really is just a balm. So when you touch it, you just get a little bit of product and it's a little occlusive, and it does kind of seem like it fills in the lines really well. I love the texture of this. The founder created this when they were pregnant and they were really pissed off to learn that they couldn't use retinol during pregnancy. So she uses bakuchiol, I think there's vitamin C, and there's a couple other plant ingredients in there that are supposed to help soften the signs of aging. It's really soothing, and despite the name being balm, it's really not like a thick, heavy product. I'm wearing it under my eyes today and doesn't make my, concealer crease or anything like that. This is really beautiful and I'm super surprised. I know, I've talked about it 100 million times, but I have to talk about it again. I am out of this bottle. I already have a backup, and right now Lib Tinted is doing a buy one get one free sale. So if you wanna buy Lib Tinted, you can get a second bottle for free, which is an incredible deal. and they now make a jumbo version so you can save more money. I don't know when that promo ends, so hopefully it's still up by the time I can edit this video. It feels like an extremely thin moisturizer, yet it is so effective. I can even skip a moisturizer entirely when I use this product. I'm wearing it today, and it just leaves my skin with a really nice glow. My friend Michelle's here, and she asked me, she was like, what do you have on your face? Like, what foundation is that? And I told her, I'm not wearing foundation, it's just this sunscreen. So she tried it on, now she's hooked. She just bought one online. John uses this, John's mom uses this. Everybody I know who tries this totally falls in love. This is 18% zinc oxide, which is fantastic. Again, fragrance and essential oil free. It's very, very soothing. It never stings my face when my skin is sensitized, which does sometimes happen with any kind of sunscreen. This one is just, ugh, I can't live without product. Next up, I have two perfumes, and the first one I'm gonna talk about is Ellis Brooklyn Sunfruit. Now, if you haven't seen my full Ellis Brooklyn review of 9 fragrances, I will leave that in the description box below so you can check it out. I really ended up falling in love with Sunfruit. Didn't really like it at first. Given the name Sunfruit, you would expect just a hot weather, super fruity, juicy fragrance, but this really is not that. Sunfruit to me is equally floral as it is fruity, so it's not like some of those really juicy fragrances that you can only wear in the summertime. To me, that's like DS and Durga Debaser or Byredo Pulp. This is floral and it's fresh, so you can wear it year round as just a little bit of fruitiness, but it also has some creamy coconut in here that just rounds everything out with this beautiful creaminess on the skin that I just adore. Like, there's a very prominent fig note in here that I'm just obsessed with. And if you want 10% off Ellis Brooklyn, you can use my code StateOfKate10. Next, we have one that I've been wearing for years, and it is Diptyque L'Ombre Dans l'Eau. Very appropriate because my friend Michelle, who's visiting us right now, introduced me to this fragrance 2 years ago in the summer of 2020. When I smelled her 2 years ago, I was like, what are you wearing? You smell incredible. And I realized it was actually the perfume version of their best-selling candle Bae, spelled B-A-I-E-S, for berries. It's one of Diptyque's like most amazing candles. It smells so good. And this fragrance is basically like juicy, juicy black currant berries, like red roses, and some green stems. Like, there's some like green freshness in there too. It's one of those fragrances for me that's like aromatherapy. This fragrance to me is so special because it smells like Benbow where I live. On the property here, John's dad has this beautiful rose garden that he cares for so passionately, and he has a strawberry patch growing and a lot of wild blackberries around the property. So this, the roses and the berries and all of the greenery that we have in this property makes this an emotional fragrance for me. Something where I close my eyes and smell this, I'm transported here in Benbow. And one day when John's family will sell this property soon, I will be able to smell this and just transport myself there again. And I literally could cry talking about that because I don't want them to sell this place, but it's just so special to me. Next up, I have a new base product that I'm wearing all over the face today as foundation, and it is the NYX Bare With Me Serum Concealer in the shade Vanilla. The shade Vanilla is a near perfect match for Fitglow C2.5. However, I don't like this as an under eye concealer. It does say that it's full coverage, but I find that it's just so emollient and so dewy that that coverage just blends away the second you start blending. So for me, it ends up being more of like a medium coverage dewy concealer. As a foundation, this just makes my skin look beautiful. In fact, I realized that this freaking concealer is a perfect dupe for my beloved discontinued Makeup Forever Invisible Cover Foundation when it's used all over the skin. And once you blend it in, you're just left with a base like this that's medium to full coverage, not matte, not like satin, just ever so slightly dewy on the skin, exactly like the Invisible Cover Foundation was. So if you're really upset that Makeup Forever launched a new version of the HD foundation and they pumped it full of a bunch of fragrance and you can't use it like me, I would give this a try. Absolutely blown away. I know I've talked about it a million times, but I just love my Fitglow concealer. Nothing beats this baby for under the eyes. It's full coverage and it's thick, so it stays in place and the coverage doesn't like totally fade away as you blend it. It really just stays where you put it and you just kind of tap under your eyes. And once it's blended in the way you want, it stays there. I don't find that it creases even though it's thick because I only use a very, very small amount. It has the same skincare ingredients that Fitglow's eye cream has, so you're getting a lot of skincare benefits. It has antibacterial properties, so it's great on blemishes. It's my perfect shade match, and I find that it almost has like a little blurring quality under the eyes. I don't know if you can see it, but it really just makes my fine lines under my eyes look a little bit smoother. This is probably my, I wanna say 10th tube of this concealer. There's like nothing left, and no, there's like nothing left in this concealer, so I'm about to go buy my 11th tube. And for 20% off Fitglow, you can use my code KATE20. It's not an affiliate code, so I don't make commission from it, but if you do want to support my channel, you can click the affiliate links in the description box. Guys, the hype is so real. The Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer is freaking ridiculous. Look at how natural my bronzer looks. I've never experienced a bronzer that is so skin-like. It is literally impossible to overdo this. It is so sheer, and the color is quite close to my skin. And it has some tiny, tiny little light reflecting pearls in there that I find just make the skin look so luminous. And it also has this blurring effect that I hope you can see in the application footage. It's just an absolute dream. Let me show you up close. So it looks like a cream, and when I touch it, it's like a hard pan that just feels like a balm. So you can see it's very, very glossy. It's like a wet, emollient, super thin balm. I would say if you have lighter skin than I have, the shade Light would probably work for you, but it does lean more orange than this. This is more neutral. You know that I don't really like glossy skin. I don't like wet looking skin, but for some reason, despite the fact that this is so wet looking when you first kind of apply it, it really does just set a little bit so that it looks like you just have really great skincare applied. And so a lot of people have said like they don't know how to use the skin enhancer. What is it? Just think of it as a sheer cream bronzer. That's it. That's all you need to worry about. Next, we have the blush that I'm wearing today, and it's the Perez Carrot Color Pot in the shade Harmony. I mean, look at this close-up. Look how dewy and glossy that is. I'm actually gonna apply a little bit more now. It just adds this beautiful gloss, and unlike so many other really dewy blushes, it's just a texture that I find to be much more cosmetically elegant. This one is like a thicker kind of balm, and it's really tacky. And you guys know, like, I do not like glossy skin. I don't like tacky balm feeling blushes, but this one is just beautiful because it almost has this blurring effect when you apply it. And I don't ever find that with any kind of like dewy, oily, kind of wet looking blushes. But the Perez Carrot Color Pot really does just seem to like make my skin look better. I could not possibly talk about a favorites video without talking about Persona's Powder Blush in Bubble. This is their dupe for the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Blush, which I'll go grab. You guys, it's literally the same thing. Like, it is the same thing. If you have been trying to get your hands on Dior Backstage Rosy Glow, just buy the Persona Bubble because it's stunning and it's less expensive. And you can use my code KATE10 for 10% off. This just looks good on everybody. No matter if you have cool tone skin, neutral, warm skin. This formula is very sheer. It has a touch of luminosity in it that you really can't see up close. It just makes it look skin-like and not like a powder. Can't live without this. I love it. Another juicy bright blush I'm loving is the Foria Color Changing Oil. I'll leave a video link below where I apply this in a new makeup video, and really it's just so perfect on days when you're not wearing a full face. Given that it's an oil, it's a little bit too like dewy glossy for me on days when I need long-lasting makeup and I'm on camera and I'm wearing like a full face of foundation. I really prefer this on more like minimal makeup days, and I like to apply a lot of it so that my cheeks like really shine because it's super, super sheer. You can see your skin underneath, so it just looks like you like are outside and it's like 90 degrees and you went for a run and you just have this like flush of pink and like you look like you're super dewy and glossy. So I'll show you what it looks like on the back of my hand if I just kind of rub it all over my hand. You can see that it's starting to turn pink and it's just really beautiful. It's so easy to blend as well, and it just looks stunning. I told you guys I was looking for a new powder highlighter, and so many of you recommended this. I had to get it. It's the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Highlighter, and I'm wearing it on the high points of my cheeks today and a little bit on my nose. It is absolutely stunning. It is so skin-like for a baked powder. You know, baked powders have a lot of kickback, so you definitely need to like tap off the brush. In the video, the new makeup video where I tried this on, I didn't tap the brush off and then it looked a little chunky and patchy. So because it's a baked formula, when you swirl your brush in, just make sure to tap it off and then you're good to go. And then you get this beautiful skin-like soft focus glow that really just looks like you're lit from within. It's kind of the way that like we all strive to look. You just look like you got some good ass skin. I only have one eye product today. I actually just recovered from COVID. So for the majority of the month, I haven't been wearing any makeup. And if I have, I've just been skipping doing my eyes and I'll just do, you know, concealer, blush, brows, and a lip. But one eyeshadow that I have been reaching for like crazy is this Chantecaille eyeshadow in Golden Copper. What I love about this is that it feels like a powder when you touch it, but almost like a hybrid between a powder and a gel. And you get on one hand a kind of metallic foiled shadow mixed in with a lot of beautiful golden glitter. So as you can see on my eyes today, I just find it so stunning. It's not too glittery that I can't wear it under my eyes. I have it all over my lower lash line. And although there is a little bit of glitter on my lower lash line, I totally don't mind that at all. And Chantecaille is a pricey brand, but man, when it comes to their formulas, they just knock it out of the park. All right, I'm gonna do candles and lip products and then we'll be done. Oh my God, I just realized that the shower fan has been on the whole time. Oh no. Oh, YouTuber mistake. Let's talk about my favorite candle right now, which is the one I have burning right now. This is Casa del Unknown's Vacanza Candle. Let me just read you the website description. So Vacanza is beach therapy at its finest, with notes of coconut, kumquat, sea salt, sunscreen, and bergamot. This solar coconut scent will take you straight to the shores of the Italian Costa Azzurra. If you haven't heard of them, Casa del Unknown is a fantastic company. They're a small LGBTQ owned business based in Chicago. They burn coconut wax and all of their candles have meticulously blended luxury scents. So they're about $48, which I feel like is actually a great price point for a luxury candle of this size, and this is by far my favorite from the brand. If you've been dying to try the Vacation Ink Pool Boy candle, but it's been sold out, honestly, I prefer Casa del Unknown Vacanza right now because it smells more luxury and it looks better to me. Like, I just aesthetically don't like the way that this green color looks, but the scent is also just, it smells a little more luxury, whereas this smells a little bit more like fun. It's coconut, it's sunscreen, it's fresh bergamot, it's a little floral. It's so freaking good. I'm gonna go through this so fast. You bet your ass I will be buying another. The Vacation Ink Pool Boy candle is also fantastic, similar to Vacanza, but with some different notes. So this one has notes of coconut sunscreen. So Vacanza had coconut and it had sunscreen, but this has recently de-leafed swimming pool, resort towel, a dash of hand-me-down cologne and desire. Gotta love Vacation Ink for their marketing. They're just fantastic. But yeah, it smells a little bit more like fresh and clean, and it definitely has notes of swimming pool, like some kind of chlorine, something like that, where it is kind of like your summer memory in a candle. Casa del Unknown is $48, this is $34. Again, they're similar but different enough where I totally justify owning both and loving both. Surprise, surprise, we have another coconutty sunscreen candle, this time from Beauty Pie. So if you have a Beauty Pie membership, you can get a very similar fragrance profile in this candle called Praia do Paraíso. Someone correct me on that. So the Beauty Pie website says, nothing replaces a fortnight on a beach, but this comes tantalizingly close. A breezy, fresh air followed by a sprinkling of warm sea salts, the sun-drenched immortelle flower and tonka beans and musk to keep it all beautifully mellow. Top notes are fresh air and aldehyde. Middle notes are sea salts, immortal flower, and accord peu. Base notes are seaweed, tonka bean, musk, and patchouli. There's definitely a little bit more of an earthiness, like a richness that I think comes from the patchouli, but I personally don't like patchouli, and I find that this is subtle enough that it really just enhances the scent. There's no coconut in here, but it really still smells strikingly similar to the other candles, but it's more floral and it's more musky. So if you want something that's not quite as like, boom, like beachy, summer in your face, this is a hint of that, but also with those floral notes with a little bit of the musk. So this is officially my favorite Beauty Pie candle by a mile. And if you want $10 off Beauty Pie, you can use my code Kate Sent Me. My last candle favorite of June is Byredo Ambre Japonais. This is my favorite candle by Byredo, the one that I've gotten the most compliments on when I burn it in the house. It's subtle enough that it doesn't bother people who are sensitive to fragrances, but it's strong enough to fill a large room somehow kind of subtly. It's really wonderful. It's inspired by Japanese gardens, and so you'd think it would be floral, but it's absolutely not. So the Byredo website says, Ambre Japonais celebrates the sophisticated art of Japanese gardens. The candle evokes an imaginary place where black peppercorn grows together with coriander seeds, and in which bourbon vanilla melds with the toasted scent of sesame and notes of sandalwood. I truly can't smell most of the notes that they said, but this is what I smell, and this is what I think of when I close my eyes. Pastries, a dusty old library or church. That's all I can smell. It's very woody. So that's why I'm thinking, you know, like church or library, like it's like old wood. You're in this like dark, cozy place by the fire. Something beautifully sweet. At night or on like a cold, rainy day, this is just my absolute go-to. I will purchase this forever if I can. This is like a, God, I hope it never gets discontinued, ride or die candle for me. Next we have lip products, and unsurprisingly, I have a lot. I'm gonna start with what's been on my lips in the video, which is the M Cosmetics Lip Cushion in Magic Hour. I really only start reaching for Magic Hour during the summer months. It's kind of the only time I reach for peachy shades. As you can see here, it does get a little messy because it's so incredibly melty, but I don't really mind that. You know me, I think it's okay. So I'll show you what it looks like on the lips. It's just so deeply nourishing and cushiony, but it's so melty and glossy. It's fragrance free. It makes the lips look beautifully juicy. It kind of fills in the lip lines a little bit. It's thick, it's nourishing, but it's not sticky. It's just a fantastic product. I love that it has an angled tip and a little bit of a slimmer bullet so I can get more precise. I think that the lip cushions are some of the best lip products that you can buy. An almost identical product is the Charlotte Tilbury Happikiss in the shade Enchanting Kiss. It's a peachy shade. And again, it gets a little bit melty and a little messy because of that formula. But again, I really don't mind at all. While M Cosmetics is fragrance free, this one has a little bit of like a subtle sweet scent that I really love. The formula is a little stiffer and thicker, so I find that it stays a little bit longer. The M Cosmetics is a little more melty, so I find that doesn't last as long. This one is thicker, and so it stays a little bit longer. It kind of just depends what formula you want. This is M Cosmetics Magic Hour, and this is Charlotte Tilbury Enchanting Kiss. You can see Enchanting Kiss definitely has more pink in it, whereas Magic Hour is more peach. Both formulas are all-time faves for me, and these are some epic summer shades. This will be no surprise if you watched my last video, but the Glossier Ultralips in Lucite has just been blowing my mind. See how like it takes a bit for me to work up that emollients and really get that comfort and nourishment. It's a stiffer formula at first, but then once it starts melting, you can see that you can start getting like color payoff. So for me, that's why I like this shade. This formula is fragrance free and super nourishing, a little bit of shine, super, super comfortable. Next, I have a Bobbi Brown lip tint trio that my friend gave me in these like little mini sizes, and I really fell in love with this color, Bare Pink. So it's just a clear balm. Basically, it looks like the Dior Lip Glow, just that classic pink balm. And again, it like is a pH adjuster, so it just like flushes pink. But it's really subtle, and I much prefer it to the Dior Lip Glow. The Dior Lip Glow has this peppermint vanilla scent that I find to be overwhelming. I also think the formula is a little drying on my lips, but the Bobbi Brown lip tint in Bare Pink is so nice. It's a little thinner than the Dior Lip Glow. It's a little more nourishing. It's fragrance free, adds a tiny hint of color, just enough to make you look like really naturally put together. Like I feel like this just looks like my lips. Like you wouldn't really necessarily think I was wearing a lip product. You would just be like, damn, she has nice lips, you know? And that's the kind of lip product that I look for. So really like this and really glad I have it in a mini. I love minis. Next up, I have the satin lipstick from Rose Inc. in the shade Enigmatic, which is a rose terracotta. Unfortunately, I don't like the packaging. It feels like very cheap plastic. And if you look here, it gets really dirty really easily. Regardless of that, it's a great product. So it has a square bullet in a beautiful beautiful color. I'm pretty sure Rose Inc describes this as like an ultra lightweight lipstick, which I don't agree with. I do love the sort of creamy satin formula, but it does feel quite heavy on the lips, I think. Like it doesn't feel like a super thin lip product. I don't think it feels super lightweight. Doesn't bother me at all. Sometimes I actually prefer that because it just feels really nice. But I don't want you to be picking this up thinking that it's like a super lightweight kind of formula. It's just a classic satin lipstick. Heads up for those of you that are sensitive to scents, this does have a rose vanilla scent. So some of you might not like it, but I find that the vanilla is much more prominent over the rose. So it really doesn't bother me and the scent fades very quickly. So I just think that this shade is so beautiful. I've been wearing it out for dinner and I just really like the way that it makes my lips look. I think it's like romantic and feminine and sophisticated. And I think that they have a lot of other shades in this line that would be like really universally flattering. I have been nonstop wearing the Wander Beauty Double Booked lip cream and conditioner in the shade Boss Babe. So you get a clear balm on one end, which I don't use. I wish they would have left those off because I would rather just use a lip balm that I actually really like. And I would have preferred they just put this in like better packaging. But regardless, the formula and the color, flawless. So watch how pigmented and how creamy and emollient this is. See how just emollient and creamy and melty that is as a lipstick? I don't know if you can hear that noise, but that is John pounding out dough to make an apple pie. He is an epic baker, I must say. It's so pigmented and so creamy that one swipe and I'm done. I have enough color and I have enough nourishment on my lips. And this rounded bullet makes it so perfect. It like wonderfully hugs my lips so that I can apply this without a mirror, even though it's so pigmented, and I never have to correct. The perfect shape for my lips to subtly soften my Cupid's bow, fits in my lip lines. I don't know, there's something about it that is just magical for me. Oh, and Wander Beauty, I just saw is having a 25% off sale with the code SPARKLE. The other shade I've been loving is On the Way, which is a rosy nude. So pretty. And you see how I just like didn't even need a mirror with that? I wasn't even looking at anything. I could just like go like that and it's perfect. I don't know, I can never do that with other like really pigmented products. So there's something really special about this. I just love this medium rosy mauve. It's so flattering. I think this would look incredible on so many people. In my last video, I applied all of my favorite Wander Beauty products and talked about them being a criminally underrated brand. I'm not hearing anyone talk about these and they're fantastic. So definitely check them out. A total random one for me, but I got a PR package by this company called Vanilla. And I know everybody just loves their cleansing balm. I'm so excited to try that. But the first product I tried was this lip stain that they sent and I freaking love it. It's in the color Crush Plum and oh my God, it's beautiful. So I just do this. It's pigmented. And then I just smudge around, smudgeroo. It has a tiny hint of a citrusy scent. And this is the kind of bold lip I can do because it's not a matte drying lip stain. It's got like a little bit of a balminess, like a little bit of a gel-like, somewhat glossy quality to it. If I built this up, it would be like much more glossy, but I just don't like that much color. I like a more like smudged, effortless, blotted kind of lip. But I love this. And now I want to look into other shades because I just think this is such a nice way to wear a bold lip where you know it's going to last all day, but it's comfortable and it doesn't get outside your lip lines. The last thing I wanted to talk about are these press-on nails from Olive & June. Are these not perfect for summertime? And they look so natural, right? This is in their extra short style in the color, what is it? Field Day. This is the color Field Day. It's this bright, creamy poppy shade and it's just so perfect. These have been on my nails for about a week now. Nothing's popped off. They feel super comfortable. Once you get the hang of applying them, they are just so fast to apply, last a really long time. If one pops off, just add a little bit more glue, pop it back on, and then they can last for a really long time. When you want to take them off, you can either use Olive & June's like nail removal system or just stick your hands in some hot water, or like if you have a hot tub or a bathtub, just take a long bath and keep your nails in. I find that when I'm taking a lot of hot tubs or a lot of hot baths, if I don't take my arms out of the bath, then my nails will start coming off more quickly. So if you need to take your nails off, just take a bath. And for 20% off all kits and systems from Olive & June, you can use my code KATE20. I hope you can tell that I'm so passionate about all of these products I've been loving for the month of June. These are just absolute summer staples for me that I can't stop reaching for. Thank you again to Nordgreen for sponsoring today's video. I'm absolutely loving this watch, and I love brands that are just doing something extra to try to make the world a better place. I think that really goes a long way with consumers these days. And if you want 15% off of Nordgreen, you can use my code STATEOFKATE. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you're doing all right wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one.